What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 10 of my Mobile 2026 career mode, and we're here for the Belgium Grand Prix. And as we are already coming through the bus stop chicane onto the start finish straight, sliding through the final corner, on down to the line we go. Where will we end up? We will end up in P1, so provisional pole position for now. In the end we got demoted down to P3 of Q1, and now let's jump into Q2 as we're coming down to the bus stop chicane once again. Through the final two corners of the lap we go, and onto the start finish straight, this time without sliding. So down to the line we go. Where will we end up? With two purple sectors, not a third purple sector, but a green one, so it's an improvement. And in the end we finish Q2 in P1, so that's great. And now let's jump into Q3 for our final try. Into turn 1 we go, and Verstappen on the outside distracts me a bit, and I run wide a little bit, which costs me around 4 tenths to Verstappen in the end. And coming through Leclerc we go, and now into the middle sector. Where are we stacking up? For now we are on provisional pole position. We are 1 tenth ahead of Leclerc, but down to the line. And in the end, we're nearly half a second down on Leclerc, and it's P3, and it's a Ferrari front row lockout with Leclerc in P1 and Hamilton in P3, and me completing the top 3. And here are the Q3 results overall. In the end, Verstappen starts from P4, who also fought for a provisional pole position. And now let's check out the starting grid for the 10th round of this season. Leclerc starts from pole position, then it's Hamilton, me, and Russell completes the top 5. My teammate Liam Lawson qualified P6, so great qualifying from him. And now let's jump into the race. 5 let's go on, and off we go for the Belgium Grand Prix, and we get a great start. Not a great reaction time, but a better getaway than Lewis Hamilton, who pushes us wide through La Suez, the first turn of the racetrack. And our teammate is suddenly up to P3 and fighting with Lewis Hamilton for P2. What a crazy start from the New Zealander. On the exit of Rouge, we make up the place on our teammate, and now we're side by side with Lewis Hamilton, side by side with the Ferrari man from Great Britain. We squeeze him a little bit to the inside of Leclerc, and he brakes earlier, and so where I can make the move around the outside, and now I'm directly behind Charles Leclerc. Onto this small short straight we go. Into the next corner we brake a bit later to close up on Charles Leclerc, but not really effective yet. Through this corner, now we're right behind him with the ERS on mid. Can we make a move into Puhorn? No, not yet. But on the exit, side by side with the Ferrari man, side by side into the next chicane. Who brakes later? Can we hang around the outside? No, he squeezes us. But no, through the second part of the chicane, can we make a move? No, and then the chicane will make a dive bomb, but he hangs around the outside and stays in front of me for another few corners. Onto this straight down to Blanchimont we go. He's getting away, he's building a small gap on me, and instead Lewis Hamilton is catching up with small steps and coming towards me. But into the bus stop chicane, we can close up a little bit. We brake very late. Through the chicane we go, taking a tighter line and then a wider line on the exit. Onto the start finish straight with the overtake enabled. Can we close up on the Monegasque? Into La Suez we go, through the first corner, onto the other start finish straight. Can we close up? He's pulling away. Down to Rouge we go, up the hill, and he's pulling away massively. Up the hill we go. Can we make some sort of progress and overtake him somewhere, as he is already nearly 1.2 seconds away from me. Now on the end of the Camel Straight we have closed the gap to 9 tenths, and through Leclerc we are now right behind him and side by side exiting the corner sequence. Into the next corner we squeeze him wide a bit, but he makes a switchback move and re-overtakes me. He repasses me. Meanwhile we've got a purple first sector, so we are maybe fast but maybe not, as we're going through Puhorn now. We use a wider line on the corner entry to make some sort of switchback move on the exit. And now we're side by side again with the Monegasque driver. Now we can hang around the outside, and we're through. We're up to P1 the first time in this race today. We are up to P1. Can we now also hold it? But our battery is empty, so it's gonna be difficult to hold it into the chicane. But we can. We defend perfectly. We defend wisely and park our car perfectly to stay in front of the Ferrari man. So for now we can stay in front of Charles Leclerc. Into the bus stop chicane we go. We have set another purple sector, by the way, and we nearly lost the car on the final corner as the car caught us once again. So down to the line we go, and we set a fastest lap for now as we begin lap 3 of this Belgium Grand Prix. Down to Rouge we go. Can we now push away, or will he overtake us as he's right behind our tail? He also had a little look on the inside, but now the curb caught us. The curb caught us, and Charles Leclerc is through again. What the hell was that just? The curb on the inside of Rouge corner caught me and sent me flying. Oh no. Luckily Lewis Hamilton was far enough behind me, so I just lost the position to Charles Leclerc. But we now have to repass him once again, and it's gonna be difficult when our battery is nearly empty, so we'll have to recharge it through this middle sector and the slow corners. But now through this corner we've caught up to him once again. We had to run off track a little bit to avoid a contact once again, but through Pohon we go. We get a great run, but again we have to make avoiding action as we nearly run into his back. Through the chicane we go. We are now really close to him. On the exit of the chicane we make the pass, and we are back in the lead again. And now we hopefully can push away so he can't repass me once again. But our battery is still not in the perfect condition, so we'll have to save more energy, and on the straight we can't deploy that much. And he has a little look on the inside of Blanchimont as I didn't defend it really much. Through the bus stop chicane once again, now we can really recharge much energy as we brake earlier a little bit and brake harder. And now into turn 1 we go. He's looking around the outside, but we run wide through La Source, and he squeezes me off track nearly. Somehow I held it and stayed on track. Now I enabled the overtake as he's pulling away massively, and he cuts the Rouge corner. What the hell? But he is not sent flying by the curb. In the end I can re-overtake him with pure slipstream, DRS and overtake enabled. So through Lecombe we're up in P1 again, and now we hopefully can really pull away from him as our pace is really good through corners and not too bad on the straights either. So through the first corner we go once again, starting lap 5. He is now still right behind us, but with a small margin of gap, around half a second, a bit less than a half a second. Up the hill we go onto the camel straight, the DRS onto the maximum, just lower than overtake, and we can stay in front of him with ease as he's not really catching up on the straight, and through the corners we're pulling away. So this is great effort now. And a lap later he is closer. He's now 3/10 to nearly 2/10 behind me. He's now right behind me. Onto the camel straight we go. Can he now make a move, or is he still too far away? Yes, seems like he's still too far away, and I already turned off the ERS as he isn't catching up anyways. And a few laps later, in lap 13 onto 14, Leclerc decided to come to the pits a lap earlier than my pit stop plan, as I wanted to pit onto lap 15. So we'll do that a lap later. And there's a safety car. A safety car is coming out right when I want to come to the pits. So this is perfectly for our pit stop. Perfect timing. We won't lose too much time. And in the end, we will come out with ease in P1 as Leclerc is just coming around the first corner. This is not yet in the first corner, but nearly coming to the first corner. As we are pushing to catch up to the safety car. If you have watched previous career modes of me doing Belgium in Mobile, you maybe will have some flashbacks where I got disqualified because I couldn't catch up to the safety car in time. So we have got nearly a bit more than a minute left to catch up to the safety car. But here is the safety car round the next corner, and we caught up to the safety car with much time left. Fast forwarding 3 laps onto the end of lap 17, where the safety car will come into the pit, and we restart into the final 5 laps of the race, and we get a great start as Leclerc couldn't react in time and is now already over a second behind me, and I am pushing away and pulling away really fast, as we have now already nearly 2 seconds to Charles Leclerc, and we are here now on our fastest lap attempt. So up the hill onto the camera straight we go. We've got now 1.4 seconds gap to Charles Leclerc in P2, as he is closing a little bit through the first sector. Somehow the AI manages to be faster. Doesn't matter what I do in the first sector. But through these medium speed corners now we can pull away nicely, as our pace is great through the corners. So we will pull away. We've already finished the first sector and we're still down on our previous fastest lap. But through this corner now we are finally up a tenth, and through Pohorn we are making even more ground on our previous fastest lap. I'll leave you till the final 2 corners and then you will hear me again. Through Blanchimont we go down to the bus stop chicane, to the final 2 corners of the lap, and meanwhile we are 1.7 seconds quicker than our previous fastest lap, as we braked very late into the penultimate corner of the lap, and on the start finish straight it's nearly 2 seconds of improvement to our previous lap, and we have now the 1 minute 40.2 in our books. Fast forwarding 3 laps into the penultimate lap of the race, and Charles Leclerc caught up. He somehow managed to catch up to me rapidly and is now nearly half a second behind me. Can he already make a move this lap? Down the camera straight we go. He's still a bit too far away to make a move. He isn't even catching up to me yet, so we are good for this lap now, but we've still got a lap left. We will have to push through the middle sector and through the medium speed corners to pull away a little bit again from him, as he is catching up rapidly through the end of the final sector and the beginning of the first sector. So through these few corners and down the road straight into Pohorn we go. I'm really pushing but still saving the battery, because who knows if I will have to defend or not in the next lap, where he will probably be even closer to me, as I run right through the chicane now and lose even more time to him. He is now just over a sec behind me, and through this corner onto this back straight down to Blanchimont and the bus stop chicane. He's catching and catching, not as fast as I expected, but he is still catching, and now it's nearly 8 tenths already into Blanchimont. Through this corner we go, down the final few meters into the final 2 corners of the lap, and then now he's right behind me, 7 tenths. Through the last corner onto the start finish straight we can make up a little bit of ground, and now it's 9 tenths again, but he's closing on the straight down into the first corner, and now it's just 4 tenths, and I run wide through the first corner, and now he's right behind me. He's right on my tail with just 2 tenths, 1 tenth away through Rouge onto the camera straight we go, nearly side by side through Rouge, and he already had a little look on the inside, and now we'll have to defend with maximum ERS enabled, just not the overtake. On the long camera straight we go. Somehow he couldn't make a move around the outside, and I defended the inside perfectly through Lecombe and down this straight. We are now far away to not defend this straight. rolling the car into this corner and onto this straight into the next corner, as we run wide a little bit. We run wide, nearly off track, and now he's closing and closing. We have to defend the inside into Puhorn somehow, and also here a little look here, and luckily we defended the inside line. Somehow he manages to stay behind, but into the next chicane we defend again the inside line, as he had a little look around the outside. We place our car perfectly all over the track, so he has no way to get through. And now onto the back straight once again for the final time of the race today. Can we stay in front of him with the ERS on mid to stay in front of him for now? Can we stay in front of him through Blanchimont, the final meters into the bus stop chicane? Can we also stay in front of him while braking? Yes. And now onto the final corner, onto the start finish straight, and he's closing and closing. I didn't enable overtake, and it's close. But we managed to win the Belgium Grand Prix, and we went back to back. And here's the podium. We finally win more races again. And with us on the podium is the two Ferraris, Leclerc in P2 and Lewis Hamilton, who started from P2, ended up in P3. And Paul and David in P4 in the Haas, and Berman in P5. Great result for the Haas drivers. Double points. This is insane. And our teammate recovered to P9 after the late pit stop in the end. And now let's check out the Drivers' Championship standings. I further built a gap. Now it's 53 points to Lewis Hamilton. And the Haas drivers jump up a few places with their good results. And in Constructors' Championship standings, also Haas makes up a place.